Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Squat Cobbler. I am Dr. Mike, Ed Official Pagan on everything. See, totally
Wow,
remembered it.
super
And
impressive.
before I even send it over to our future party host, I'm gonna say make sure you guys like and subscribe. At 1,000 subscribers, there's a party happening. Maybe it's at Kelly's, maybe it's at Vex's. I don't care. I'm going to a party.
That's right. There's no maybe. It's at Vex's. So,
So, are you
I,
gonna fly in for the party at
oh
Vex's
yeah, if
then?
Vex is holding it, if he's kind enough to hold it, I'll fly in. I'll come in for the party.
Very nice.
So
Now, are you staying with me or are you staying with Vex?
I'm gonna stay with Vex. So I got to clear that with him. but I think when I present my other option is to stay with Mike, he'll go. I get it. And he'll he'll let me stay there. Yeah, there's really no
And to
question.
be fair, I technically have like 30 bedrooms.
Yeah, I'm aware. So
So
no, it's Vex, hotel, YMCA, local homeless shelter, Mike. So that's kind of my order right now. And I'm Kelly at KELLYTHUL on Twitter and Instagram, and we're back to talk some retro gaming, kind of, sorta.
absolutely. Well, yeah, kind of. So we're back because you guys demanded it. But we're back to talk this week about the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that was announced. The reason we're talking about a new game, though, is that this is clearly modeled after, and they're making no secret about that, the old Turtles arcade games, the TMNT arcade game, as well as its sequel, Turtles in Time, which up until I got the arcade cabinet from Arcade One Up in my house, the four-player one,
Mm-hmm.
I would have argued with anybody that the original game was the better game, but I have learned my lesson, and Turtles in Time is a better game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I hate to admit it, but it's just so fun.
So what platform is this coming out on now?
So I believe this is coming out on all of the consoles
Okay.
as well as PC. But it's modeled after the older games. It has the characters from the old games, and from the trailer, it's even in the same style where you have a bunch. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up style game. You have a bunch of characters on screen at the same time, and including occasionally throwing characters at the glass, like at the player. I guess the characters
Okay.
flying at the player was one of the cool things about the arcade game, and that's clearly carried over here. Now, were you a Turtles arcade guy at all?
I really wasn't, and it was more availability than dislike or like of it. I didn't get as much opportunity. Most of my main arcade time, it wasn't an option in most of the places. So I've had a little bit of interaction in some on some different platforms with the Legends and Super X console and all that good stuff, but hadn't really. I've never experienced the pinball experience or the full arcade version experience rather.
See, that's why you got to stay with me for the party.
Well, I can play and leave. Pretty comfortable with that.
Yeah, it's super fun to play. I was a huge fan of it in the arcades, and then getting it was for the home arcade. It was important. I wanted like a four-player game. When that became available, it was an obvious choice for that. Super fun. The tiny humans enjoy playing it as well. It's a winner all around with everybody. But yeah, I would have argued with anybody the first game was better. But now playing, and I think it's just because I played the first game more. But now playing Turtles in Time more, it is a great game. They're both excellent. It's a great cabinet. So I'm really looking forward to this. A new game that's sort of a direct sequel to those. Has the retro look and everything to it. One thing that's not retro about it, though, is the Turtles theme song. And I know you're not a huge Turtles guy, so maybe you didn't pick up on that.
Correct.
So on the arcade cabinet in the original games, and of course with the cabinet, it plays the Turtles theme song from the TV show.
Okay.
Now there's a so for the old school Turtles fans, I know Turtles over the years, and particularly as a Nickelodeon property later, has taken on many different forms and is pretty far removed at this point from the source material. But the original comic book and the kids oriented TV show are very different.
And that
So
was the Turtles on a Half Shell song. Yeah.
yes. But when it was made into the kids' TV show, famous TV producer Chuck Lorre sang that song, the Ninja Turtle song. I don't remember why that ended up happening. I've seen him tell that story in interviews and like Turtles related documentaries and things. I can't remember offhand though, but for whatever reason, I guess they just couldn't get somebody to do it the way that it was written. And he just kind of stepped in and was like, it should be like this. And that's the song. So
And
he has been replaced though in this with Mike Patton of Faith No More singing the theme song.
really,
Yeah.
that
And
was
it's
that
Mike
would
Patton's a
I
great
always
vocalist.
my checklist is always Chuck Lorre, Mike Patton.
Yeah.
That's where I go.
You were
And
all these years, you were just like, if they re-recorded the original Turtles TV show theme song, who do you get
yeah,
to do it?
yeah,
Mike Patton.
yeah. You know who would kill this? Mike Patton would kill this.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, Axl Rose has been busy doing Looney Tunes, so I guess they had to go with their second choice of Mike Patton.
Yeah, well, but why didn't they? Obviously, there's somebody else in this orbit. We have Mr. Vanilla Ice in the atmosphere here. But, I know he's no Mike Patton, but at the same point, that would have been my.
Well, I mean, he already did a Turtles
Yep,
song.
that's why I was.
I would argue, and I will argue to the goddamn death with anybody, classic song.
Yeah, I would agree. That's why I think they missed the ball there. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mike, but
I'm a huge Faith No More fan, but yeah. Yeah. Vanilla Ice absolutely killed it on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze theme song.
yeah,
Ninja rap.
Ninja Rap. There you go. Good stuff. Yeah, wow. I hadn't Faith No More hadn't come up in a while. So, good callback there.
Yeah, and I listened somebody posted, I mean, I'm sure somebody from the game company, but there was another article other than the original one that I'd sent you that does post him doing the entire song. It sounds good. It's a great rendition. It's faithful to the Chuck Lorre original. These are weird words to
Yeah,
string
yeah.
together.
That
It's the Mike Patton of
does.
Faith No More cover of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song by Chuck Lorre
That's right. Well, I
is
think
true to.
yeah, I think true. The Chuck Lorre version is I think a sentence that had never been uttered until tonight. So congratulations are in order. I think
These are all first tier people.
that's right. Good stuff.
But yeah, this is a game I think I will be purchasing, and I rarely venture into newer games anymore. I tend to stick with my retro stuff, just time, and if I'm going to put the time and money into something, nostalgia is a real thing, as well as just I love those games. There's
Yeah,
just so many great old games, so that combination is just draws me more in than a lot of the newer stuff. But I do think this is one I'll be playing.
cool. Think I'll be able to get it for the Switch.
Yeah, I think it said all the
All
current.
platforms. Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
I think it said all platforms and PC.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I with the setup and those things, uh, kind of at this point, PC gaming's kind of my last choice. I kind of prefer to play on either the Legends or up on the projector or all of that. But the Switch is kind of nice too, just from the mobility standpoint. So I'll have to take a look. But that'll be good. We can include a link to at least a couple locations that you can do it. Although I don't imagine it's gonna be too hard to find it, but we can folks a link in the description.
Absolutely. And I would love to hear people's comments had they not gone with Mike Patton, the obvious choice for the
That's right.
Turtles.
That would
Who would you guys have chosen?
that would
I can see
totally
the Alice version.
yeah. I hesitate to bring up his name because every time I bring up his name, we go down a different road. But Chuck Garrick would be a good. Chuck would be awesome.
Chuck Eric would be a good one, although Kelly would then try and punch him in the face.
Yeah,
But he'd have the Turtles backing him up now to
right.
fight Kelly off.
That's right. So, but he would be good. Tony OK, I believe, would deliver a fine one as well. And he's no longer with us, but Captain Beefheart, always a choice. Always a choice. So, yeah, but it would be awesome, to Mike's point. If you have a suggestion other than Mike Patton or the 6 or 7 I just rolled out, who would you like to who would you like to have sung this song? Would love to hear that. The other thing, and this is a little bit of crossing the streams or going into our Alice Cooper content, although Mike kind of just did that because of the whole Chuck Garrick punching thing. But You know what we forgot to do on our I believe well, it's just only our last review of Alice stuff.
What's that?
We didn't pick the Pat Boone song.
Oh,
So we've been falling out of practice there. So we may have to make good on that, at least in the comments. So we'll won't spoil. We won't bother people on this video who may or may not be interested in that. But we do need to go back and determine what song off of Detroit Stories would be sung by Pat Boone. So
yeah. I think I know what it is, but I'm gonna have to be fair, give the album another listen
yeah,
before I
yeah.
definitively.
I have a pretty sure idea where I'm going,
Yeah.
but I I got I got some ideas. So tune back in. I don't think we'll do a special show just to kind of say
An
here's
entire show just to pick the Pat Boone song.
here's the Pat Boone. We know you were all waiting for it. This is the Pat Boone song. So maybe we will tack it onto one of these other ones and we'll point people to it.
The Pat Boone Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song.
There you go. That would be horrific. So cool. All right, cool. That's fun stuff. I highly do recommend folks pick that up because, like I said, my exposure's been limited, but it is fun. So, what makes the second one better for you? Just kind of wrap this up.
The first Turtles arcade game is really great. It's just a really, really good like side scrolling beat 'em up game. It naturally plays to the 4-player, setup of it because you have the 4 turtles. There's different strengths and weaknesses to each character, so it's a great group play. The second one, though, it's a similar setup, but it just improves a little bit on everything. Better graphics, better sound, better control. It's a little bit better balanced until you get to the later levels, which are just, if you weren't playing on a home arcade that's set to free play, you would just be pumping quarters into. But prior to that, it's a little bit better balanced. So it's a more well-rounded version of the game.
Okay, cool, excellent. Well, I'd love to hear, folks, if you agree with Mike or disagree. Also, love to hear that in the comments as well. So that'd be cool. All right. Anything else for this week, sir?
No, I think that's it. I would love to hear you guys, who should have done the song, if not Mike Patton. And Chuck Eric, Kelly's still actively threatening it.
So first of all, Chuck, I don't think Chuck's a listener or a watcher or a viewer of our material. If he is, I'm going to characterize him as casual, casual. And so for him to fully understand how wrong you are, I may just have to write him a letter and just say, "Dear Chuck,
Dear Chuck Eric, I do not want to punch you in the face,
Kelly." Yeah, that'll prompt a restraining order quick. All right, cool. All right. Well, I'm off to write a letter, folks, and we'll catch you all next week.
Thanks, everybody.